On breezy autumn morning, Sparky the spunky squirrel bounded across the meadow, calling for Milo Mouse and Chatty Chipmunk to join him. He had heard whispers about the shadow cave, said to hide a glowing treasure. The three met under the old oak, eyes bright with curiosity. Milo Mouse adjusted his tiny satchel and asked if the cave might be dangerous. Sparky grinned, insisting adventure was worth any risk. Chatty Chipmunk twitched his tail, eager to see what lay beyond their familiar forest paths, his voice quick with excitement. The friends started toward the dark ridge where the cave was rumored to be, leaves crunching underfoot. Sunlight filtered through tall pines, casting long shadows that made Milo glance around nervously. Sparky kept a lively pace, urging them to keep moving toward adventure. Chatty Chipmunk chattered about stories he'd heard, growls echoing deep in the cave's heart. Milo wondered aloud if those growls were real or just meant to scare wanderers. The path narrowed and the air grew cooler as they pressed forward. They paused beside a stream, filling a flask before crossing on slippery stones. Sparky leapt easily, but Milo wobbled, catching himself with Chatty's quick help. The sound of rushing water faded as the ridge rose tall ahead of them. Moss-covered boulders marked the cave's entrance, their shapes curling like frozen waves. Sparky the spunky squirrel peered inside, letting his eyes adjust to the dim light. "Ready?" he asked, his voice carrying a soft echo into the shadows. Milo Mouse hesitated, then nodded, stepping into the cool shadows first. Chatty Chipmunk followed close behind, ears twitching at each drip of water from the ceiling. The tunnel stretched before them like a dark throat waiting. Deeper inside, the walls glittered faintly, hinting at wonders hidden within. Sparky reached out to touch the stone, feeling its damp chill. Milo whispered that it almost felt as though the cave itself was listening to them. A low growl rolled through the passage, making them freeze in place. Chatty Chipmunk gripped his small lantern tightly, raising it to see ahead. The warm glow revealed only more darkness curling along the tunnel. Sparky urged them to keep moving, though Milo's whiskers trembled with unease. The growl came again, closer this time, and their footsteps quickened. The air held a faint, wild scent, prickling their nerves. They reached a wider chamber, stalactites hanging above like stone fangs. Chatty Chipmunk set the lantern on a rock, its light dancing across the rough walls. The growl echoed once more, now from behind them. Turning slowly, Sparky the spunky squirrel spotted a shadow shifting at the tunnel's edge. Milo Mouse gasped, stepping back toward Chatty for safety. The figure moved with the quiet grace of a predator. Out of the dimness leapt the shadow panther, sleek and silent, except for its rumbling growl. Its eyes gleamed like twin moons in the lantern's glow. Sparky planted his feet firmly, refusing to run. Chatty Chipmunk's voice trembled as he called for calm in the chamber. Milo Mouse swallowed hard, choosing to stand beside his friends. The panther's long tail swayed slowly, testing the courage of the intruders. Sparky spoke firmly, explaining they sought only the cave's treasure and meant no harm. The shadow panther tilted its head as if listening, yet its muscles stayed tense. The chamber's air felt thick with suspense. For a long moment, the panther watched them without moving. Then it stepped aside with silent grace. A faint glow shimmered deeper in the tunnel beyond, catching Chatty Chipmunk's wide-eyed attention. Milo Mouse whispered that perhaps the panther guarded the treasure. Sparky nodded, moving carefully past the great cat. The panther's steady gaze followed, but it did not block their way forward. The tunnel opened into a breathtaking cavern filled with crystals. Light from unseen cracks made them sparkle like captured starlight. Chatty Chipmunk's lantern added warm golden hues to the shimmering walls. Sparky the Spunky Squirrel touched a crystal, feeling a gentle vibration hum beneath his paw. Milo Mouse smiled, his awe replacing every trace of fear. The air here felt alive with quiet magic. They explored carefully, stepping around shallow pools that mirrored the glowing walls above. Chatty Chipmunk laughed softly, his voice echoing like music through the cavern. Sparky imagined they had stepped into a secret sky. Milo suggested they take only memories, leaving the crystals untouched. Sparky agreed, feeling respect for this hidden place. Chatty Chipmunk nodded, understanding the value of keeping its beauty safe for those who might come later. On their way back, they found the shadow panther waiting near the treasure cavern's entrance. Its eyes softened, and it gave a low purr. Milo Mouse waved in quiet thanks for its silent trust. Sparky the Spunky Squirrel felt pride in their shared courage. Chatty Chipmunk glanced at Milo, who smiled in return. The panther turned away, fading into the deep shadows without another sound. The way out seemed shorter, though their steps slowed with reflection. The cave's walls no longer felt menacing. Light from the entrance glowed ahead, drawing them toward the open air. Emerging into the crisp afternoon air, they breathed deeply. Sparky stretched, tail flicking with joy. Milo Mouse felt the sun's warmth chase away the lingering chills of the cave. Chatty Chipmunk pointed toward the meadow, suggesting they share their story with others. Sparky grinned, imagining the wide eyes of their friends hearing it. Milo agreed, but only if they told it truthfully. As they walked home, autumn leaves swirled around them in playful gusts. The forest seemed brighter, welcoming them back warmly. Sparky felt the bond between them grow even stronger than before. Near the old oak, they paused to look back at the ridge. Milo Mouse thought of the crystal's glow. Chatty Chipmunk whispered that bravery could light even the darkest place. Together, they decided the real treasure was the courage they'd found in each other. Sparky the Spunky Squirrel smiled, knowing friendship could make even the scariest places feel safe. The sun dipped low, casting golden light over their path home. That night, Chatty Chipmunk drifted to sleep, dreaming of crystals and friends by her side. In her heart, she knew courage would always shine brighter than any treasure they could find.